Well, last season it turned out to be a pretty difficult year. It started with some season-ending injuries right off the bat, and we ended up playing with 8 scholarship guys for the entire season, 2 of whom were freshmen who weren't quite ready to play. So it was we thought we had 2 starters who got hurt and didn't play all year, and then we had a third guy who was one of our would be in our rotation for sure, and we redshirted a freshman. That turned out to be a bad move on our part, but so we just didn't feel like we had we didn't feel like we had the season that we thought we could have in preseason. But I understand how coaching and athletics are, and you don't make excuses, and we didn't talk about it very much, and we hadn't talked about it very much heading into this year. So we're a team that we've been picked low in the league, but I think we're going to be a lot better than people expect us to be, because we've got 7 new players. We have 4 new signees who can play. We have a 5th signee who sits out this year, but not only do we have those 4 new players, but we have 3 players who didn't play last year who had those redshirt years. So not many people know about our team. We see them every day in practice, and we're excited about where we are. We think we have really good young talent heading into the season, and everybody knows about Wesley Person. He had an outstanding freshman year and was the first Division I in Troy's Division I history, the first freshman of the year for men's basketball in the conference. So that was a great honor for him and for our program, and I think we have really good young talent coming back this year. Going to be on the team this year. So we're excited about where we are, as most people are, heading into the first game.
Thank you very much, Coach Cunningham. As a reminder, please press *1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Our first questions come from Dan McDonald with McBee Media. Dan, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Dan.
What's the biggest difference in Wesley now as a year ago when he was coming in?
Well, first of all, it's interesting how we didn't know that he would play such a vital role in the all season last year. Then when we had those 2 junior college wings who got hurt and didn't play, it thrust him into a role that we didn't expect him to be in. But what he did, he seized the day. He was ready to play. He made shots. He really shone bright, for our team last year as a freshman with coming right out of high school. But what he's done in the off season is he's a lot stronger. He's changed his body some. He said this is the first time he's had an entire off season to be in the weight room with a strength coach, and so he's a little quicker and a little stronger. And the thing about Wesley, he's just going to continue to get better because he has a work ethic that's really, it's a professional type mindset. He knows what he wants to do when he comes to the gym. He's got a plan, and he sticks to it, and he's very consistent with his work habits. And a guy like that's just going to continue to get better.
Is there a concern, like I said last year, he had to step in. Is there a concern that now he may try to take too much on as a guy that's going to be a watched guy and a go-to guy?
I don't think so. I mean, he fits in with the rest of our team. He's a great kid, and he's a quiet kid. Sometimes he's maybe too unassuming for his ability, but now we've got some other guys who can score on the perimeter. We've got 2 point guards who are really good at creating open shots for him, which I think will help him even more. But he fits right in. Our team's a very unselfish team, and he plays that same way. So I don't foresee any problems with that.
You talked about your guys can score on the perimeter. You lost some pretty good rebounders. Is there a concern, like who's going to go get the ball for you?
So that'll probably be our biggest challenge, rebounding. I think we score the ball better. Jeremy Holloman is a young man that everybody's forgotten about because he sat out last year, but he can score. He can shoot the ball. He can score off the dribble. He can score in a lot of different ways. Kelton Ford's back again, and he's been on our program. This is the 3rd season. He's really improved. He's stronger. He's one of the better players you'll find in the league off the dribble. But it all comes back to where we have to really show that we can make a step is rebounding the ball, because John is back. John is back for his senior year, John Walton, and I think he's proven that he can rebound. But outside that, everybody else, they've got to prove that they can put up rebounding numbers, and we'll have to do it by committee. We'll have to be a good rebounding team. But that's definitely the area that is some concern for us heading into the season.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Our next questions come from Luke Johnson with The Advocate. Luke, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, Luke.
Kind of a question I've been asking around
as we're on coaches today, what was your reaction when you heard Sean Long was returning for his senior year, and in your opinion, what makes him so good on the court?
Well, it didn't surprise me. Remember this now, a lot of people don't know this, but I recruited Sean at Mississippi State. And really, Sean, and he'd tell you the same thing, he really didn't want to go to Mississippi State. He wanted to stay closer to home, and then Mississippi State was a little too far away from him, and it's one of the reasons why he left. But so with that in mind, you know, it didn't surprise me that Sean would would lean more toward the conservative decision to come back and play his senior year, and I think it's a good decision for him. He'll get stronger. He's on a really good team. They've done a great job with him. I've seen improvement with him. From the time I saw him come out of high school to where he is now, they've done a great job of really helping him mature off the court and on the court, and he's just become a better player. And I think it'll help him improve his stock, for his professionally in the future.